Howdy friends, today we're going to take a look at the Messenger 14 liter from HURU. It's a very interesting bag, it's really cool, but it also has some quirks to it that might be deal breakers for some interesting design choices. Well, without further ado, let's start unpacking all of the details of the Messenger 14 liter from HURU. So this is actually my second bag that I'm reviewing from HURU. I've previously reviewed the Urban 17 liter, which actually turned out to be a real sleeper hit in my carry. I've gone back to this bag several times well after the review period. If you want to check out their full review on that, I'll link it down in the description, but I really like this bag. Now, the reason I like HURU in general as a brand, and I think more people should really know about them, is they're carving their own lane in this carry space. With so many bags looking similar with similar features, there's a lot of overlap, and I think HURU is taking their own lane, their own path. And it doesn't always work out, but I appreciate that they're doing things differently and in their own way. Now that we got this bag flipped inside out, you can see that we are met with an all black interior. Something that I'm not a huge fan of, especially with the bag being this tall, is it makes it difficult to find your gear down on the inside when you're looking into a black hole. Now on this back side of the bag is your laptop sleeve. It is padded and it's advertised to hold a 16-inch laptop, but when I tested it with my wood cutout, this is made to be the exact replica of a 16-inch MacBook Pro. It did not fit into this sleeve whatsoever. So if you're using a 16-inch MacBook Pro, that's going to be a no-go. Now I have a 3D printed 15-inch MacBook Air, and that was able to slip in there, and that seems to max out that entire laptop sleeve. You do have the little Velcro latch here, but the important thing to note about this laptop sleeve, while it is padded, it is not suspended off the bottom. So when you put this bag down, it is making direct contact with any surface you place your bag on. So something to keep note of, especially if you tend to be very rough on your bags. On the side of the bag, you do have a key leash that is sewn in with some nice aluminum hardware and carabiner. And on the back side, you just have one simple zippered pocket on the back side. Again, no internal organization and more black interior. So it's black on black on black all the way through this bag. There are no other colors. So the main compartment was just super simple with a laptop sleeve and one zippered pocket. Up front, you are gonna have this like double ambidextrous style pocket. So you can access it from the left or the right side, and it's gonna run all the way through. That's what makes it ambidextrous. It's just one big giant pocket. Now it's double ambidextrous because on the inside, you have an additional zippered pocket here. It's also gonna be accessible from the other side. So not only do you have the front all the way through, you have the security pocket on the back that's going to come all the way through as well. Now it's important to note there are no pin sleeves, no stretch pockets, no additional organization anywhere on the inside, and it's incredibly difficult to show on camera, especially with the all black interior. Now on the back side of the bag, you're going to have a very similar setup, but these two pockets aren't going to be accessible ambidextrous style. So when you put your hand in here, it stops in here, and then below that is another pocket that comes to about the same size. So it's two separate pockets on each side. They are like this microfiber line, so it is meant to carry your tablets, your iPads, things like that. But you essentially have one pocket on the front and one pocket on the bottom, and you have that microfiber divider between the two. Because this pocket is microfiber line, I have a 3D printout of a 13-inch iPad Pro. Now this doesn't have a case or keyboard, but it will easily fit into these microfiber line pocket. Like I said, you still have this one on this side. If you wanted to carry another tablet, Kindles, cell phones, anything with screens that you don't want to get scratched up, can easily fit on the back side of the tablet. And again, they are divided so they don't scratch or, bump into each other. And the last pocket is going to be on the lid itself. It's going to be this top quick access pocket that's going to be on the lid. It's going to be this entire lid portion here. So really good volume and lots of space to put all your quick access items. But again, a black interior, so it may make it difficult to find certain small things in there. So you can tell the overall theme of this bag is really minimal organization. So it's really going to excel if you're a modular packer like myself, if you use pouches, things like that. I think this is where this bag is going to really shine. Now, if you're somebody who's looking for a bunch of stretch pockets, pin pockets, sleeves, and all kinds of other things, definitely not going to be found here. And that could be a turnoff for some of you. So the main fabric on the exterior here is a 500D Cordura nylon. Now, if some of you who have previously watched my channel, that is probably my least favorite fabric. Now it's soft, it's gonna be really durable, and it's very popular. Lots of bag brands use it, but the reason that I don't like it is because it is a lint magnet. It is a pet hair magnet. So you will have to occasionally hit this with the lint roller. It's just the nature of the material. It just attracts those sorts of things. And as somebody who owns 5 dogs, it is a bit of a turnoff, but like I've still been using that Urban 17. I've managed to keep it relatively clean, but even so, life with the lint roller is gonna be you if you care about how much stuff is attracted to your bag. Now for the rest of the materials, they are using YKK AquaGuard zippers on all the external zippers. They do have these paracord zipper pulls here that make it easier to get in and out of the zippers. They're not that sticky yet, by the way, either. They're using number 5, so they're relatively smooth. And the rest of the hardware is going to be aluminum. The aluminum adjuster strap here and aluminum attachments for your shoulder strap there at the top. And of course, this signature aluminum buckle that HURU uses across all their products. It really ties in their design language and their branding across all of their products. Now the only other external feature on this bag is going to be the top carry grab handle. It is just a simple piece of webbing, simple, functional, and it makes it easier to maneuver your bag. Now there is no luggage pass-through, no pocket or anything on the back there, so something to keep in mind if you're looking for that hidden security pocket. It's not going to be here, but you do have that one on the front, on the inside of that ambidextrous pocket. I was actually quite surprised in the comfort of this bag because it is just a simple 2-inch nylon webbing strap. But I think the choice of going with a 2-inch strap here is the key because it provides plenty of weight distribution. Because being at 14 liters, you can put your water bottles, you can put your computers and all your heavier things in here, and it starts to add up. And one thing, when I unboxed this bag, I immediately noticed that there wasn't a shoulder pad. And I went into this testing phase knowing that and kind of already dinging it for not having a shoulder pad. But I can tell you, I carried this for several days fully loaded. And when I say fully loaded, I had my DJI Pocket 3, I had my drone, my controller, my computer, all of my tech, like I had my water bottle. I had this thing fully maxed out for about 2 days, walking around with it, and it carried extremely well. And I think that's all attributed to the 2-inch strap, that wider strap, because there is no padding. So I was really surprised by the overall comfort. It just carried extremely well. And on the shoulder strap itself, you do have a little bit of branding here with this tan HURU patch here on the side. I do think it takes away a little bit from the bag being that it's brown. I think if they would have used a black leather patch there, that would have blended in a whole lot more. The aesthetic on this bag, I think, has a really modern and urban city feel to it, but not so much where you feel out of place carrying it into a professional setting. I actually think it'll look quite good if you're wearing a blazer or something dressed up a little bit more nice because of that aluminum hardware on the front. It gives this bag a little bit more class than in your traditional like urban style carry bags. Now currently at the time of filming, this bag is only available in one color option, which is the black, and the one material option, which is the 500E Cordura. Now it is going to retail for $179, so it is going to be on that higher end, but HURU's products are kind of all priced in that higher tier, not super uber premium, but in that definitely more premium tier of carry goods. Now time for some pros and some cons, some things I liked and some things I wish were done a little bit better. The number one pro for me is going to be the aesthetic. I really like the way this bag looks. It's a little bit taller, and that 2.5-inch Cobra style buckle on the front I think just adds to the premium look and feel of this bag. Very nice. It's clean, sleek, enough to be carried in an urban setting, but again, still professional enough to bring it to the office. So I think the overall aesthetic, they nailed it here. Number two for me is going to be the bag's carry comfort. I think the 2-inch strap here is clutch in dealing with weight distribution, because when I unboxed it again, I was a little disappointed not to see a shoulder pad, but after carrying this bag fully loaded for several miles, I can tell you that it does carry quite well for just having the 2-inch strap. And lastly, the one thing I really liked about this bag is this huge quick access pocket on the top flap here. It just fits so much gear and it's easy to access when you're carrying this bag on body. Now I do wish that it had dual zipper heads, so I can actually park my zipper on this side, because this is where I tend to prefer it, especially when I was carrying this bag. It felt a little awkward to reach for this side, but the overall size and the accessibility of it made this pocket one of the best pockets on this bag in general. When it comes to actual issues I had with this bag, it's really a culmination of a lot of small things compiled together to really affect the user friendliness and the user experience. So let me give you some examples. Like I mentioned earlier, I wish that this pocket had 2 zipper heads, because on body I kept finding myself wanting to reach on this side side of the bag to open my quick access pocket. So I had to reach across. Very small and very particular to me, but again, small things start to add up over time. The second thing is this shoulder strap doesn't have any swivels. So when I put this bag down and I went to pick it back up, I found that it is a closed loop system, so you don't have any dangle, but I found that this thing would get twisted. We don't have a strap keeper here to keep it from getting twisted. So one thing using this bag every day is that I would have to do this little number, get the shoulder strap all situated before I could put the thing on. So again, very particular to me, but again, affected the user experience a little bit. And when I was traveling with this bag, I paired it with a carry-on roller because this makes an excellent personal item. It doesn't have a luggage pass-through, so I still put it on top of my carry-on roller, but just be aware that it is not secure. It could easily fall off, and when you're carrying devices in here like a laptop, and in my case, my drone and controller, you know, you just have to be extra careful. And going back to being extra careful, the laptop compartment not being suspended off the bottom meant that every time you put this bag down, you were making direct contact with your computer. So another thing that I had to be on the lookout and careful with when I was using this bag. So for some final thoughts on the HURU Messenger 14 liter, while I quite liked the form and function of this bag, there was a lot of little small things that really affected my user experience. And especially after having such a nice user experience with the HURU Urban 17 liter, and being so close in size, with both of these in my carry arsenal, as much as I wanted to lean in and grab the Messenger, I think this being so close in size, I might actually opt for the backpack instead. And there's a lot of refinements around this bag that were different from the Urban 17 liter, like the paracord zipper pulls here. They're nice, they're functional, but compared to the Urban, we have these nicer leather pulls here. And the top carry grab handle here on the Messenger, it's just simple webbing. And on the Urban 17 liter, they have this nicely padded leather top carry grab handle here. So again, small little things didn't transfer over from the Urban 17 liter to the Messenger bag that I would have liked to see. And the all black interior on the Urban 17 liter, we have a nice gray interior. Why didn't that carry over here? I'm not sure. So it makes this a real like black hole when you're looking into the bag. So like I mentioned in my con section, there were a lot of little things that really just overall compiled together affected the user experience. So while I really enjoy the form, function, and aesthetic of this bag, there are several small things throughout this bag I wish that they would revisit when they decide to do a version 2 or an update to the Messenger bag. But like always, let's make this a conversation. I would love to know your thoughts on the Messenger 14 liter from HURU. What do you think about the overall design? What do you think about this badass 2.5-inch aluminum Cobra style buckle on the front? It's kind of a signature across all their bags, and one of the things I really appreciate about their overall designs. But if you have any more questions about the 14 liter Messenger bag here, put those down in the comments. I respond to every single one. The goal of this channel will be always to help you find the right gear for you. So now let's pack this bag out to show you what exactly can fit and how I carried it. So like we mentioned earlier, a 13-inch iPad Pro will easily fit into the backside of this microfiber lined pocket. And you do have an additional pocket on this side. Again, they are not ambidextrous, so they are layered on top of each other. So if you wanted to put another device, you could easily do so on the back. So that 13-inch fits perfect in there. My actual iPad is only a 10-inch, so I have plenty of room to carry my tablet on the outside. Now, when it comes to the inside of the main compartment, like I said earlier, you're not going to be able to fit a 16-inch MacBook Pro into the laptop section, but it will definitely fit into the main compartment. So if you have it in a sleeve or it has its own protection, you can definitely fit it into the main compartment. But as far as the actual padded laptop compartment, my actual device is a 14-inch MacBook Pro, but like I demonstrated for you, a 15-inch MacBook Air, this is my 3D print cutout, is the perfect fit. And you have this Velcro to lock it in, but a perfect fit there with the 15-inch MacBook Pro. Now on the inside here of this zipper compartment, the only thing I kept in here is my med kit. This is something I featured many times on this channel. Simple Tums, Advil, Band-Aids, aspirin, that sort of thing. I like to carry this on me in case I need something, and that fits easily into that zipper pocket there. Now this main compartment, it will surprise you. It's very deep. It's not too wide, so I wouldn't recommend this to carry cameras, lenses, and bulkier camera gear, but you can definitely fit like a water bottle. This is my 18-ounce Yeti Rambler will fit down in here. And then my over-the-ear AirPods Max would fit down in here. And because of this bag's very minimal organization, I chose to carry a tech pouch into this main compartment. So this is my Evergoods Cap 1. I have everything I need in here, like my MacBook charger, my Magic Mouse, other cables and other chargers and things I will need for the day, all organized into this Cap 1, and that easily fit down into the main compartment as well. And everything just fit nice and easy in that main compartment. Here you have your key loop where you can attach your keys, again on this aluminum carabiner, so a nice little premium touch, and that fit all down in there as well. Now on this front pocketing, you do have a little bit of gusseting, so it does have some volume. So in a pinch, if you wanted to put large over the ear headphones, they will definitely fit up into this front pocket as well. Like I said, it is that ambidextrous pocket, but normally I just kept smaller things in there that I wanted quicker access to, that it didn't want to fit up here because they were kind of bulky. That's going to be like my pair of sunglasses and then my power bank. Depending on what I was carrying, I had different power banks. So this is my P73 from Iniu. I've talked about this a bunch on this channel. This is a great power bank, but something to get quicker access to while you have the bag on body, and I don't have to reach into the main compartment and into my Cap 1 pull it out. So just my power bank. Depending, like I said, on the day, I use a smaller one or bigger one, but P73 is usually the one that rode shotgun with me. And getting this bag closed up is very satisfying with that 2.5-inch aluminum buckle. That snap that it gives you is just oh so satisfying. Now on the top quick access pocket, like I said, you have lots of nice space on the inside of this pocket, but your largest cell phone will easily fit down in here, and then smaller, quicker access items like my gum, chapstick, and eye drops were a great place to put all of this gear. And it also relatively fat, so it doesn't make this front pocket look very bulky. If you liked today's video and you want to see more like it, please consider hitting like and subscribe, as that directly supports me and the channel. I want to say thank you to HURU for sending the Messenger 14 liter out for me to test and review. Now, if you have a Messenger bag recommendation, please leave it down in the comments. I would love to know what you would like to see on this channel. But thank you for supporting today's video, and I can't wait to see you on the next one.